What up, what up, what up? It's your boy Don Illuminati, back with another video. So I just got finished riding my e-bike. You know what I'm saying? Gotta keep it 1,000 with you, man. It's one of the most peaceful things to do for me in the world right now. Very beautiful, dog. Look at the sky. You see that? It's a beautiful day out here today. Beautiful. Look at the sky, dog. And the weather ain't that hot. I'm trying to tell you, man. So I've been riding all around town. Riding around town, going to parks, going to the lakes, just enjoying the time and the life that I got right now, right? But I was thinking, man, it's more to this world than this shit. It's more in this world than just what we got here in America. You feel me? And sometimes I find myself fantasizing about leaving this place, dog. Just leaving it because I'm like, if I can enjoy all these things by myself, I could go anywhere in the world and enjoy anywhere in the world. Like I said, I don't got to ride in the beam today. Ain't nobody got to do nothing to show off. I don't got to be rocking no polos and shit. I can just come outside with a regular shirt. I could have mismatched shoes, and people will still, hello, hey, how you doing today? Ain't nobody worrying about how you dressed and all this other extra shit, man, that come with the society that we live in today, dog. And this shit is just terrible, bro. It don't really allow you to be at peace. But that's what I said. If you can be at peace without certain things, man, you just got to find out what you really like. And sometimes you don't find out that until you're able to explore certain things. And me being able to explore just riding around, nobody in my hair. I ain't got to dress up or play, like I'm that guy for anybody, dog. I don't, that's less of a burden, bro. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's hard enough that people gotta pay bills and all that extra stuff. Like, look, I'm out here in the yard, you know what I'm saying? About to go check on some of the produce in the greenhouse or whatever. But I normally naturally do my own thing anyway. But it's like I said, it's bad enough that you gotta deal with paying bills, trying to keep up with the Jones. Then you gotta worry about how you look for other people and shit. Like, who the fuck wanna live their whole life like that, dog? Not me, bro. Not me, bro. I'm ready to wear the goofiest pair of sunshades, some sandals, sit my ass by the beach, enjoy the breeze and the water, dollar beer, you feel me? $2 platters, shit like that, man. I'm like looking all over the world in these places. They talking about $2, $3 platters, bro. What you talking about? You can't spend $2, $3 and get a burger now. A burger costs you $7, dog. That's ridiculous, man. So if I had the means, right, to find my way out of this situation, and you have the ability to get out of that situation, just like I had the ability to get out of a situation when I was homeless and become something, anything, right, in life, right? If you go enjoy this shit by yourself, you have the ability to enjoy life by yourself. So would it necessarily matter where you at enjoying it, as long as you finding the things that you like to do? I just don't think that you can do much in this country because you can do everything in the world and still not be appreciated for who you are as a person. Yeah, everybody thinking that you got to be appreciated by what you do on this earth, and that's not even the case, bro. That's not even the case. You shouldn't have to be appreciated by what you do, what you have, what you could do for other people. It's like everybody builds these expectations of who you are or who you're supposed to be. And then when you do it and you accomplish those things, you don't even get respected for it. You get hated, my nigga. Literally pure hate, bro. And it's like, dog, somebody lied to me. Somebody lied to me because now I done put in all my work, all my effort, all my initiation, all my life force into becoming what I thought the world was saying I was supposed to be, to have this, to do that, to be this person, to enjoy life. Nah, life ain't about all that. Life is about what makes you comfortable, what makes you feel at peace. And it's crazy that I've been bitching about getting my motorcycle up, which I'm about to get it up. But God sent me an e-bike, bro. And I've been like, damn, I don't remember having this much peace on my motorcycle. I remember when I'm on a bike and then you're in traffic, you got people that still cutting you off. People want, you know what I'm saying, run you over, all kind of shit, flicking you the finger, grilling you, ice grilling. It's like that's not a more peaceful ride than an e-bike. I keep it 1,000 with you. And even if you're riding on the back roads, is what I'm saying. You can still, a deer can run out. You know, when you're on an e-bike, you ain't got to worry about hitting no deer or running over a rabbit or, you feel me? You can actually go through the park with them joints. You can ride on the sidewalks. You feel me? So it's not even illegal, but you can visit all the parks and you on an electric charge. Don't use no gas. You feel me? I'm looking at it like what, like damn, I'm keeping 1,000 with you. I be getting my piece like a mug out of a fucking e-bike. I keep it 1,000. But maybe that's because I like bikes. Now, if I like the skating, I might have some skates or something. But if I choose to do that, what I like every day, that's what's going to keep me, let's say, balanced, right? That's part of my piece. And also a part of that piece is I don't need a person with me to ride that. Look, beautiful black queen right there in the mail truck. I've been seeing them, dog. I'm not liking what I'm hearing on the internet a lot. I don't want to talk about them rashes no more. I want to talk about those. You feel me? The quiet, mindless type. I'm keeping it 1,000 with you, though. I'm keeping it 1,000. And honestly, I can't help but to say fucking hello. Or, you know, acknowledge the fact, oh my God, I still didn't get my joint today, bro. This is crazy. So I'm looking for my oil pump for my motorcycle. If I wasn't on this video, I walk right up to her and say a couple words right now, dog. Keep it 1,000 with you, bro. Keep it 1,000 with you, y'all. We ain't letting our black queens go down like everybody else. Nigga, I don't look at you like everybody else. Y'all gotta stop thinking that, dog. Y'all gotta stop thinking that. Y'all gotta stop thinking that. And you know what I'm saying? You gotta stop thinking that. Cause the Lord himself, Allah, he been showing me the baddest joints. And they ain't no other race. They my race, my nigga. And they look like the joint from Coming to America. Remember the girl? Ooh, ooh, ooh. I'm just keeping it 1,000, bro. Long, beautiful, black hair. Something I like, dog. Just keeping it 1,000. It's something I like. You know what I'm saying? You know, a lot of people might get it confused because of who they've seen me date. Well, that was the only available attractions that was reciprocating energy. So if you see me with other races of women, it's only because of that fact. And I guess some of these black women thought they were too good at a particular time. But see, I ain't been running across the same type joints that I'm running across now. But let's get off of that anyway. Let's talk about fantasizing about leaving this, I'm going to say, God-forsaken place, dog. You know, when they say God bless America, but all the people who live in America consider themselves chosen ones and all this shit, why are these chosen ones talking about so much fucking burdens? I thought somebody said God bless America. I thought you said you was blessed. Why do you feel like you got a burden? Ask the rich people who able to sit back, chill on yachts, do whatever the fuck they want to do. Why don't you go ask them, do they feel blessed? That's why when Trump said, he said, I'm in heaven right now. Why? Because to him, having all, it's not about materials, dog. It's about him not having a need for nothing. That's why he feel like he blessed. You feel me? When you feel like you ain't pushed to the, to the max of damn near risking your life to have things that people say that you supposed to have. Why am I supposed to have what people say I'm supposed to have? Why the hell I can't just have what I want to have? Why I can't just dress how I want to dress? Why I can't just go where I want to go? It's like everybody in America always got to orchestrate the fucking norm, dog. And this shit ain't normal. So here you are trying to do everything they telling you got to do. Now you becoming an abnormal person. You're not even who the fuck you supposed to be. You won't even enjoy what you like to enjoy. Because you constantly trying to do everything the world telling you got to do. Oh, well, if I don't got money, then I can't do this. Who said that? Who said that? I'm keeping it 1,000 with you, dog. I'm telling you, once upon a time, When I was broke and I was on the streets, I was damn near homeless. I felt like life was a little bit more exhilarating and interesting. I met more people. I gained more connect. I'm just saying, when I didn't have it. So who said you had to have bread to find decent people? Who said that you have to have money? America say that you gotta have money to find decent people. And to a certain extent, that's how a lot of people might play it. But you wouldn't necessarily know that unless you took that venture on your own without bread. Just keep it 1,000. Whether you got money or you don't got money, do you necessarily have to spend money in front of people for them to like you? Oh, but they got to look at you and assume he got money to like you. That might be a lot of people. And keep it 1,000. That's probably an issue in all of our lives here in Babylon because of the expectations that the world be having for you, bro. We can't keep living this life with the expectations that everybody got for us. We got to be able to say, you know what? I don't need the nicest car. I don't need the nicest, biggest house. I don't need the nicest clothes and the nicest sneaks every fucking day. Every day. When you got people that live all over the world, everywhere else in the world. Nobody got to have Jordans on, dog. They ain't got Jordans. These niggas have been wearing sandals for 10 years, still got a wife and kids, bro. That respect them. You feel me? In America, you gotta have sneakers. Not only you, now you got kids. Your kids gotta have the, nicest Jordans. Man, shut the fuck up with this shit. This shit getting old, bro. And if it ain't, you getting old. So when you get older, what are you gonna do? You better start realizing some shit. You better start nipping some shit in the bud, bro. Start to imagine other things, other places. Fantasize about not living the lifestyle where other people got expectations of you. Once you do that, you're going to feel a lot more at peace. You won't be afraid to do what you want to do, think how you want to think, go where you want to go, talk to who you want to talk to. All these things is a part of you actually being at peace, bro. Because that's the type of shit that's going to make you more peaceful when you don't have burdens. That's why I said when Trump said what he said, when they asked him on the plane, he said, well, I'm in heaven right now. Why? Because he don't feel like he has any burdens. So for somebody to say they feel like they're in heaven, you don't think he feels like he's blessed? How the fuck do he feel like he blessed doing most damage in the fucking world right now? And you got people claiming they chosen, but they fucking struggling, talking about, this is what we supposed to go through. No, the fuck it ain't, man. No, the fuck it ain't. We gotta stop saying that shit right now. I don't give a damn who put a curse on you. Is a curse going to stop you from going enjoying yourself out here in this life? Is a curse going to stop you from recognizing what your peace can be in this life? Fuck no. You ain't got me that much in fucking bondage, so guess what? You can't sell me that we in the 400 years of this. 400 years of what? Me not able to fucking go out and ride a fucking e-bike to the lake and enjoy what I like to enjoy? Because y'all say I ain't supposed to like it? And fuck you niggas. You niggas is cursing yourselves, dog. You're not gonna curse me with that shit. So that shit ain't nothing but a mindset. That curse bullshit, that's a mindset being configured to a schedule that you think you gotta live by. You telling me there ain't no curse? Niggas that's locked up in jail, they curse themselves by doing crimes. Why? Now you're in a place where people tell you what you gonna do. Tell you what you gonna eat every day. Tell you when you go to sleep. Nigga, that's a curse when you're not able to be free. But if you still living out here, basically in a free country, and you telling me that you cursed, there's a problem with that, dog. How? Because I ain't got no money. You need money for what? To live? Well, yes, here in America, but everywhere. But like I said, you got other places in the world where if you was somehow able to... See, now I would really feel like I was cursed if I had the money to leave and for just some reason I couldn't. If for some reason everything in the world played against me to keep my ass here and I feel stuck in America, then that's how then I think about it again. Like, you know what? Maybe it is something that's working against you, keeping you in some type of bondage. Because if you recognize what the bondage is, where is the bondage happening to most of the people who call themselves chosen ones? These people who claiming they chosen ones, they ain't from all over the world. They right here in America. And you talking about you a chosen one. Chosen for what? Chosen to be in bondage? Chosen to continue to decide to live by their rules and not just packing shit, get the fuck out of here? Nigga, when you gonna feel chosen to get your ass the fuck up and get out of this godforsaken place? You only fucking in bondage if you in America. It looks to me everybody else in the world is fucking free. Free to dress how they want to dress, talk to who they want to talk to, go where they want to go, be who they want to be. I mean, you could choose to be that here, but not necessarily. I mean, you can, but when you do it, you're up against the grain, because the grain says we're on a certain schedule. We live by a regiment. We live by a code. Whose code? Y'all code? American code? That say I gotta wear Jordans? Expensive ass shit? They try to keep up with you whack ass people that ain't getting no peace in life. Why I gotta listen to you when you not even at peace? You telling me that you need to wear Jordans, you need to do this, you need to look like that. That tells me you ain't at peace, dog. Because you can't do what you want to do, which means you're not free. You're in bondage. I don't care how nice you look. When you think you gotta look like that, and you're only doing that because you think that's what the world's gonna accept from you, you're in bondage. So if you're gonna free yourself, you need to free your mind. You need to start taking a look at these things that I'm saying right now, because ultimately at the end of the day, that's going to determine whether you're a free person or not. So if you're not a free thinker, like you don't know how to think on your own, be on your own, do on your own, then yeah, you in bondage when you always relying on somebody else. You know what y'all be relying on a lot? Y'all be relying on acceptance. How I'm supposed to act, how I'm supposed to be, how I'm supposed to talk, how I'm supposed to walk. You're always checking for these things, which means you don't know how to walk on your own. You don't know how to just be who you are on your own. Yeah, but you're afraid of what everybody else may say. Well, that's altering your mindset to not be a free thinker. Because now you're trying to think how they want you to be, how they want you to think, how they want you to move, how they want you to dress, all this shit. You're still not thinking on your own, because you're now trying to pick up the code and trying to figure it out how you can be what they say you're supposed to be. And is that the way things are supposed to be in life? Hell no, dog. That is a system created for bondage. And if you can't realize that, or you can't recognize it, you always gonna be a part of that system. You're always gonna be a part of that bondage, which means you'll never be who you're supposed to be in this life. So sometimes I think it's good to fantasize about being the abnorm. Because when you fantasize about being abnorm in America, that actually might be normal for you. It could be a natural thing that's happening. Other than that, you're going to go down with depression. You're going to live your whole life with a burden because you can't keep up with this shit. And even when you try, the maintenance of it is the burden in itself. It's a burden in itself. You feel me? You want to buy the nicest cars, but you can't afford the gas to put in the bitch. You can't afford to take it to get an oil change. It's 4 times the amount of every other car. Why? Because you're trying to be this decent eye candy so you can, quote unquote, have some type of lifestyle. But then as soon as you think you're getting that lifestyle that you think you want, you only going to attract people who want to screw you for what you got anyway. And eventually, at the end of the day, you could say they fucked you over, but who really fucked you over? You fucked yourself over by having those expectations of what everybody else wanted from you. So you set yourself in a position to be fucked over, and you just didn't even know it. You thought you were setting yourself up in a position to be accepted. But when you start realizing, like I said, once you gain everything the world is expected from you, you don't receive nothing but hate for it. But then when you back down, they're going to tell you, oh, you got to do this and you got to do that. And okay, so you did all that. Now you accomplished that and you went 10 times above it. Now they mad. So either way, you're still going to have some kind of burden dealing with in America, because there's no easy medium. There's no medium to this shit. It's either you doing good, they're going to hate you, or you doing bad, they're going to hate you. But either way, when you die, they're gonna fucking forget you. And it's never even gonna matter. And you done lived your whole fucking life out for them. You never was able to even enjoy what the fuck you like, what you wanted out of life. If you can't do that shit here, get the fuck out of here. Leave. You feel me? Figure it out. You gotta figure it out, man. Because if it's only money that's keeping you stuck in bondage, some people are praying for a car. They get $20,000, they got themselves a car. You know, $20,000 can get your ass off this country and living somewhere decent, get back on your feet. That'll take care of you for 2 years before you even get back on your feet. Straight up. You ain't gotta do shit. And motherfuckers gonna put that shit on a down payment for a house. Get the first time you could keep paying that shit for 30 motherfucking years. I'm out of this bitch. You're not gonna keep me here tied to all this shit. Hell no, nigga. If I get this 20,000, I'm out. Take a loan out the bank. Figure it out. Take that bread. Never come the fuck back. You don't need it. You don't need it. You don't need credit. You don't need credit in other countries. You done took their little money. You done cashed out and you left this bitch with their bread. Take that shit. Get the hell out of here, dog. 20,000. Because if you're gonna do bad, you can do anywhere. You can do bad anywhere. You're gonna do bad anywhere. If you feel like you're doing bad here in America, then you might as well go to any one of these other places out here in the world. I'm just saying why? Because America's gonna keep its foot in your ass just to eat, just to drink clean water that's been poisoned with fluoride. You know, how does prices go up on water, bro? You go to some stores, they got bottled waters for like $3. They up to $3, and I'm talking about even more than that, but I'm talking about your average water, a little 20 ounce, 16 ounce, 16.9, Deer Park, running you $1.50, $2 in some places. Man, them waters used to be $2 for $1, bro. You can buy a whole pack from the store, okay, but if you go buying a single, everything is about money. But damn, all the way down to the most necessity, the things that are of necessity, they can raise on you like it ain't nothing. Like it's not a necessity. Like gas for even. You done made all these mobile cars, you done made everything so far just to get to work, just to do this, that, and the third, and you know we need gas to get there, so you want to raise the prices on that. Our body's 80% water. You know that it's a necessity for us to live. We need water. You raise the price on the water. You know that we need to have a fucking house, we need to have a home, even down to apartments and fucking ranchers. You done raise this shit on that? $300,000 for a fucking rancher? A small, tiny 1,000 square foot motherfucker? You crazy, dog. You talking about living in 2 sheds for $300,000. You out your goddamn mind, bruh. You can't take 2 sheds and put them bitches together. I'd rather build a stick house than to pay $300,000 for a beat down, broken fucking rancher. You paying $200,000 to live in a fucking trailer park right now. Tell me, how does that make sense, bro? How does that make sense? Oh, evolution evolved and you know, in the future, things just went up. Yeah, everything went up except for pay and respect. Pay and respect. Because most people who even got these things, the majority now who don't have it, they're going to hate you for what you already had. It's like, yo, you can't even blame me for having what I have right now. When I got these things, it ain't my fault that my credit went up $200,000 or some shit. You feel what I'm saying? Maybe, that I bought in the right time. No, maybe people like that has been given the opportunity to get out of their situation. And I think for the smart people, they took their money and they left. Even though if they might have went to somewhere else in America, they took the opportunity to say, you know what? I'm gonna get out of this hassle. Now that might be a first step for you, right? But the second step is realizing that this place that we call America, Babylon, this ain't nothing but bondage for everybody. And everybody's starting to wake up to this shit. And pretty much nobody agrees with the way life is right now, except for the people who still got money. Until they fucking paychecks stop, that's when they're gonna start thinking. But right now, they don't give a fuck about nothing. They don't give a fuck about you being broke. They don't give a fuck about helping you. Why? Because they still got it. But when they don't got it, they ready to hit the fucking fan like everybody else. Y'all niggas is bullshit, bro. It's like you see the facade so much when you eat in a part of it, but the moment that this shit is ripped from you, you looking like a damn demon out here. You want demon time now. Now you want to sell drugs and shit. You want to kill somebody. You want to rob somebody. But hold up, you wasn't thinking like that before? Is that the advice you was giving everybody else? No, it wasn't. You was, oh, well, you know, if you work hard and you keep on trying, well, why the fuck you ain't keep trying? You done gave up everything. Now that you ain't got it. Now you ready to fly off the deep end. But this is what America does to people, dog. They make you feel like you good when they feeding you, but when they pull the fucking carpet from underneath your feet, you about just in as much shit as everybody else. And guess what? Even if you get fed to the end, you in deeper shit because you're never going to be able to get out of it to actually think for yourself. You're going to ride the wave and Satan going to use you as a pawn to dangle his fucking gifts in front of everybody else. You creating more hate for yourself. You're really still not living because you're still chasing money. You still feeling glamorous from material possessions and stuff like that. And that's not even the way life is supposed to be. Like if we remove those things from most people, would they actually have the life that they have now? No. You're not gonna be bagging the baddest cuties and all that shit. You ain't gonna have that. But if that's what it took for you to get that, nigga, you didn't get that off of you being you. You got that for placement, orchestration. You understand? Listen, bro. I know how to utilize those things to play to get things that I want. But if I know that that's what it comes with, that shit's all fakery at the end of the day. So I don't want nothing fake, bro. You hear all the rappers talk about it all the time, about how the bitches didn't used to holler. Now they got $1. Now they popping collars and all these popping bottles. Yeah, but you enjoy that? You enjoy all that fake shit? Man, that's even worse than not having it. You know what I'm saying? And still trying to maintain yourself. You feel me? Because you technically, like in reality, you still don't got it. You can't, if you can't get those things from the muscle, from the core, from you just being you, you ain't got it. Tell me why you got to have all that shit, but you got motherfuckers in other countries, they got families, kids, badass wives, right? And they ain't got nothing that you got here. But you had to do all that to get half that, be put on child support, wife out here running around town, or whatever the situation is. I'm speaking from a man's perspective because I'm a man. So I don't know how to speak from a woman's perspective. I don't have a woman's perspective on things. So if you feel fucking offended, jump your ass on. Understand? Because you don't know how to understand a man coming from his perspective of life and the life he done lived. Okay? So if all those things don't relate to you, that's one thing. But for the main majority part of the topic of what I'm speaking on, it's for everybody. Because women are expected to do certain things here too. I can't tell you all of what is expected. I can tell you from what I see, but I ain't gonna come from a straight perspective of a woman because I ain't a woman. So we're gonna just keep it like that. But other women, they know, you know, and it's what the world puts on you. It ain't just what men put on you, or it ain't just what other women put on you. It's what the world and what America puts on you. America tell you that as a woman, check this out, right? That you gotta be in shape. You gotta have a flat stomach. That's what America said. You should. But guess what? There's other places that don't force their women that look. But guess why? They ain't got to. They feeding them the right shit. So America gonna force you to have your weight and all this other shit under control. But meanwhile, everything they fucking feed you give you shit for diabetes, high cholesterol. You know what I'm saying? This shit'll make you have a heart attack out here. Every time you stop, every damn corner got fast food restaurants. You go into the gas station, shit's nothing but snacks, candy, chips everywhere, sodas, all this fucking sugar. And then they gonna sell you how in shape you supposed to be. It don't make sense. You're literally enticed by everything that's not gonna allow you to be who you should have been, dog. Had we been stuck around fruits, look at this fucking field. That's fucking crazy. You shouldn't have a homeless person within miles of this place. Because this should be all fucking crops, nigga. Not going to distributed services where they can overprice you with food. Now this shit's supposed to be right here on the lands for the fucking community around this bitch. Look, another field right here, dog. Like, what is we doing with all this shit? I should be over here looking at trees, peach trees, pears trees, watermelons. I should be able to just walk over there and go pick one. And when I'm done eating the seeds, I see a clear spot. I'm gonna bury the bitch in the fucking john. Let the nature do what it do. You know, as long as we understand that's how we're supposed to live, When you eating your fruit, throw your seeds in the dirt. That should be the only rule. Why? So it can grow for someone else in the future, bruh. You gonna eat one orange, plant one seed, it's gonna grow a whole tree of fucking oranges. Is you kidding me? Like, it ain't growing just one orange, it's growing a whole tree that produces hundreds of oranges every year. Every year off of one seed that you plant. Come on, bro. What we talking about is hungry people. We need to give charity and this, that, and no, we need to get his fucking land up, dog. And we need to get back to a routine. Or they don't want to do it. Well, guess what? There's places where it is done. You can't do it by yourself. You got a lot of people speaking out, but all the people who speak out, they hitting each other in the DMs and shit. Hey, I think we need to get together and blah, blah, blah. But nobody even want to do that because everybody's only trying to get a dollar from it. They might try to use you to exploit you. And they're gonna start asking you weird-ass questions and shit like that. That might get you tied up in some other shit. And they doing that for fame and clout, money, and all this extra dumb shit, bruh. That's literally like, you know what? It's too many wolves out here playing a part like they actually want to live somewhere better. But the moment you give them an opportunity and you become a genuine person and you start dealing with them, you start finding out that they're only trying to exploit you for money. And then you run across that so much, you're just like, well, god dang, bro. Who can I actually trust out here? Because you got people out here that's acting like they real people, but they really not. You know when you find real people? When you end up in a real situation and you ain't got nobody, then you recognize the people who still gonna smile and wave at you, still offer to help, still offer to support you. Then you're gonna see who the real people are. You're gonna realize most of the people that you know, you claim that's in your family members, all this shit, they wasn't even real to you. Because you're gonna be complete strangers that's gonna come through and support you in ways your family never would. Your brother, your sister never would. Your cousin never would. Your quote unquote best friend. You feel me? So sometimes it's going to take you being alone, being down, being isolated, not afraid, but recognizing, dog, this is what peace is, dog. Peace is not needing all this shit that these mugs tell you you gotta have at the end of the day. So with that being said, I'm back at my crib. Gonna roll up in here, turn this air on, be at a little bit more peace, but I don't feel as peaceful in the house as I do outside. So I'm only gonna go in here for a little bit, cool down for a little bit, probably make me a nice little, you know, a little juice joint, and I'll probably be right back out on the e-bike. And I can't believe I just left this joint on the porch and took that long ass walk. But till next time, man, it's your boy Don Illuminati. Love y'all, peace, one love.